outside tires only once during the day. All the other pit stops were right. It was about keeping track position, which means being up front. Who's up front when they wave the checkered flag after race number 2 in the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup? Green flag is out. NEWMAN, bonus point, leading the first lap of the race. Red Bull Racing, side by side for second place. Behind them, Jeff Gordon, little wiggle and wobble there. And cleanly through the first lap and a half.
See Kevin Harvick working all over the back bumper, Jeff Gordon. That Jeff was really struggling with his race car there, too. Really was slow getting off of turn 2. We saw him lock the brakes up going into 1 on the initial start. Yeah, I saw that smoke that came from Biffle. I thought maybe it was from Harvick.
There's Biffle in the 16, Jeff Gordon 24, and Kurt Busch in that 22 car, looking pretty sporty, although we're just a couple of laps in.
Kevin Harvick, as you said, looking very racy from the very beginning right now.
There's Casey Kane in the 4, trying to get by his teammate Brian Vickers in the 83 for second spot.
I talked to a lot of people that said this 4 car, Casey Kane, was really good in practice yesterday. It had speed and it had longevity with this setup.
And 3 wide, here comes Kurt Busch down low. Kevin Harvick going to ease in behind Greg Biffle and make that just double wide into the corner. Smartly so.
See Kurt Busch get a little bit loose there. I'm sure he's going to take him easy. Here comes Jimmy Johnson to the inside, trying to take the spot away.
56, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch in the 18, also in the picture there. And that's a race for 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Really seeing these cars sliding around. This is totally different conditions than what they saw here in any of the 3 practice sessions between Friday and Saturday. So there's going to be a lot of adjusting going on when they hit pit road the first time. You know, there's Carl Edwards talking about how they had planned on the track being a lot slicker, but sometimes you just can't predict exactly what the car is going to do when the track does heat up.
A couple things to point out about this racetrack. As you watch Dale Earnhardt Jr. try and get a spot on Kyle Busch there. Jr. in the 88, trying to pick up 10. This racetrack has 2 different levels of banking in the corners. The lowest lane, very, very, very slightly banked. A little more banking a lane up, a little more another lane up from the racetrack.
Now, you'd think that would enhance the racing to be a little bit higher. Right now, we're seeing all the cars running way down on the bottom, some of them actually on the apron, where there's really no banking.
Yeah, as they get some laps on the tires and the air pressure build up, we'll see some drivers that do what we call diamond it a little bit, slide up in the center, get a better, straighter run off the corner. But you really don't want to get up where that 7 degrees of banking comes into place. That just means you're either dodging something or you're in serious trouble. Yeah, you're about to wreck. There's Monday's winner, Tony Stewart in the 14. Tony came within a lap of winning this race last September. He finished 2nd in the race here in July, but he's starting a lot farther back in traffic, and we talked all the way through countdown about track position and how important it's going to be.
Tony Stewart, though, seems to be, we hear every driver talk about how difficult it is to pass here. He is one of those drivers, though, that seems to be able to do it with his setup and his ability to make passes, get himself his own track position by moving forward.
Tony started in the 20th position. He's up to 16th right now. The car that he is the co-owner of, the 39 of Ryan Newman, has led every lap so far from the pole. That 4 car of Casey Kane is staying right with him now. It actually has closed in a little bit on him.
Yeah, he's getting a little bigger in that mirror of Ryan Newman. Casey Kane's car looks very, very strong. He's been the fastest car on the track the last 3 or 4 laps.
Talking about guys in the championship, guys not. If you're one of those not in the championship, what's the best way to grab some spotlight?
Yeah, go win.
Yeah, right.
But you know, we've seen this, and we'll have to watch this throughout the day. We've seen Casey Kane with this team be strong at the beginning of racing. As they go in, make pit stops, adjust, lose a little track position, don't seem to be able to recover. Hopefully that's not the case today.
So, Newman and Kane, 39 and 4.
top two. Jeff Gordon is third. And we're caution free through the opening laps of chase race number 2 at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, the Sylvania 300.